Hello guys, once again Navneet Tutorials. I am Navneet Rai. I have made this Commerce Booster especially for class 12. The subject which I have focused accountancy, business studies, economics and entrepreneurship as per the new syllabus 2018 MBOS, and here I have solved the solution of 2019 question paper and 2020 question paper of MBOS class 12 final examination. In this solution booklet you will get the easy tips and full answers so that it will be easy for you to understand and you can write some more in your examination so that your marks will be gained. And the gaining of marks here means not to gain only marks, to increase your percentage, and while increasing your percentage it will be helpful for your admission in further studies. So let's begin with today's classes. That is, today I am going to discuss 2020 paper of accountancy. Now let's begin. This is the front cover page of my book. These are the contents. Now I have to move for 2020 in page number 29. Let's begin with 2020 accountancy paper for commerce class 12. It is especially a new course. Full marks is 80 and the time allotted by MBOS for the students for their descriptive examination is 3 hours. The 20 marks out of 100, 80 is here, 20 is in the internal assessment which will be allotted by the educational institution where you have been learning. So they will take your test examination and from there they will give it to you. Now we move to our discussion. The figure in the margin indicate full marks for the question general instructions. This question paper contains part A and part B. Part A and part B are compulsory for all candidates. All parts of the question should be attempted at one place. Now I move to part A of this solution booklet. Accounting for not-for-profit organization, partnership firm and companies are the topics discussed under this paper of part A. Full marks is 60 for part A. Now let's move to our questions. Excuse me. Choose and write the correct answer. 1 marks each for 7 question equals to 7 marks total. Let's begin with question number A. Receipts and payment account records transaction of. Options are all credit transactions, all cash transactions, all revenue transactions and all capital transactions, and the answer is option number 2, all cash transactions. Question number B. A and B are partners of a firm. C is admitted and the new profit sharing ratio is 5:3:4. A and B made equal sacrifice in favor of C. The old ratio between A and B was. So the options are 5:3, 7:5, 1:1 and 3:2. So the solution is answer number 2, that is option 2 is the answer, and that is 7:5. Solution is, first way of solution is new ratio 5:3:4. C got equal share from A and B, that is 2 from each. Old ratio of A equals to 5 plus 2 equals to 7. B equals to 3 plus 2 equals to 5. That is 7:5. Next question, question number C. Capital employed is rupees 2 lakh. Normal rate of return is 15%. Profit during the year is rupees 48,000. Therefore, the super profit is. Option A 30,000, option B 18,000, option option 1 30,000, option 2 18,000, option 3 22,000, and option 4 16,000, and the answer is option number 2, that is 18,000. Now let's move to our solution part. Capital employed is 2 lakh. Normal rate of return equals to 15%. Profit during the year equals to rupees 48,000. Therefore, super profit equals to profit during the year minus normal profit. Now, normal profit equals to 15% of rupees 2 lakh, which is equals to 30,000. Therefore, super profit equals to 48,000 minus 30,000, which gives us rupees 18,000. Now let's move to D. If a fixed amount is withdrawn on the first day of every month, the interest on total drawings will be calculated for. The options are for 6 months, for 6.5 months, for 5.5 months, and for 7 months, and the answer is 6.5 months. Option number 2 is the answer. Why? You can see the note below. If a fixed amount is withdrawn on first day of every month of the calendar year, the interest on the total amount of drawing will be calculated for 6.5 months. Now let's move to our next question. Question number E. Any change in the relationship of existing partners which result in an end of the existing agreement and enforces the making of a new agreement is called. Option number 1, reconstitution of partnership. Option number 2, revaluation of partnership. Option number 3, realization of partnership. And option number 4, none of the above. And the answer is reconstitution of partnership. Question number F. The portion of called up capital which is not paid by the shareholders within a specified time is known as. Options are calls in arrears, reserve capital, nominal capital, and subscribed capital. And here the answer is option number 1, calls in arrears. Now we move to our next question. Question number G. Debenture holders are entitled to receive from the company share of the profit, dividend, interest, none of the above. And here the answer is option number 3, interest. Let's move to our short question answers. Answer the following. Question number 2, 1 marks each for 7 questions equals to 7 marks. A. State any 2 occasions on which a firm can be reconstituted. Answer is the occasion on which a firm can be reconstituted are: point number 1, admission of a partner; point number 2, retirement or death of a partner. Question number B. What is meant by guarantee of profit to a partner? Answer is guarantee of profit to a partner. Guarantee is an assurance given to the firm that at least a fixed amount shall be given to him or her actual share in profit of the firm. If the actual share in profit is more than the minimum guaranteed amount, then actual profits will be allowed to the partner. Question number C. What is reserve capital? Answer is reserve capital is defined as a part of subscribed uncalled capital which will not be called up until and unless the company goes into liquidation. In other words, it is the portion of share capital that is reserved by the company and which will be utilized only on the happenings of the said event. Now, question number D. Give any 2 sources of finance for redemption of debentures. The 2 sources of finance for redemption of debentures are redemption from proceeds and fresh issue of shares and debentures, and redemption out of profits. Now let's move to our next question. Question number E. Define goodwill. Goodwill is Goodwill in accounting is an intangible assets that are not separately identifiable. Goodwill is the good name or reputation of the firm which can be expressed in terms of money. Question number F. Why is profit and loss account prepared? Profit and loss account is prepared to determine the division of profit to partners out of the income earned or loss borne. The partner need to pay income tax as an individual after the appropriation of profit. Now we move to our next question. Question number G. Mention one guideline of SEBI regarding debenture redemption reserve. One guideline of SEBI is Securities Exchange Board of India, the full form of SEBI, regarding debenture redemption reserve is or are: number 1, every company that issues debenture with a majority of more than 18 months shall create DRR. debenture redemption reserve. And number 2 I have written so that you will not get confused. If you like the number 2, you just write down number 2, leave the number 1. That's why. And an amount equal to 50% of debenture issued shall be transferred to DRR before starting redemption of debenture. Now question number 3, from the following information find out the actual amount of income from subscription. Particulars: amount, total subscription received during the year 80,000, subscription outstanding at the end of the year 10,000, subscription outstanding at the beginning of the year rupees 7,000, subscription received in advance at the beginning of the year rupees 6,000, subscription received in advance at the end of the year rupees 5,000. Now we move to our solution. Calculation of subscription amount. We made a simple format: particulars, inner amount, outer amount, no debit credit. Please do not get confused. Alright. So total subscription received during the year, it is 80,000. Outer column, add subscription outstanding at the end of the year 10,000, add subscription received in advance at the beginning of the year 6,000, total is 16,000. Inner column, now less subscription outstanding at the beginning of the year 7,000 and less subscription received in advance at the end of the year, which is 5,000. Altogether, outer column, we got 4,000 positive, which we added to the 80,000, and the total we got 84,000 for subscription for the year. Now we move to our next question, that is OR. Calculate the amount of sports material to be shown to the income and expenditure account of Capital Sports, income and expenditure account of Capital Sports Club for the year ended 31st March 2019 on the basis of the following information. Particulars: amount. The amount is beginning is 1/4/2018 and the ending is 31st/3/2019. Amount paid for sports material during the year was rupees 19,000 is the additional information, and the inside it particulars we can read: stock of sports material beginning is 7,500 and ending is 6,400. Creditors for sports material beginning is 2,000 and ending is 2,600. Now we move to our solution. Solution, here we can see calculation of sports material amount, particulars: amount, no debit credit, please do not get confused. Simple format of calculation only. Amount paid for the sports material during the year is 19,000. From additional information I have written. Add stocks of material in the beginning of the year 7,500. Add creditors at the end of the year, which is 2,600, where we got 10,100 in the inner column. Then again we less the stock of sports material for the end of the year. No, not the end of the year. Again I have made a mistake over here. 6,400 is the end of the year. Beginning of the year 7,500. No, it's okay. All right. Then stock of sports material 31st March 2019 is 6,400, negative balance, less creditors for sports material at the beginning is 2,000. Altogether, outer column we got here 1,700 and we have added to the 19,000 and we got 20,700. Therefore, amount of sports material to be shown in income and expenditure account is. Now we move to our next question, B Limited. Question number 4. B Limited forfeited 100 shares of rupees 100 each issued at a premium of rupees 10 at the time of allotment, on which first call of rupees 30 per share was not received. The final call of rupees 20 per share is not yet called. 40 of these shares were subsequently reissued at rupees 70 per share. Rupees 80 paid up value. Give necessary journal entries in the for forfeiture and its reissue. In the books of B Limited, the solution for 3 marks. In the books of B Limited, journal entries, date, particulars, ledger folio, amount, debit and credit. Now we move to our forfeiture entries. Share capital account debited, 2 share forfeiture account, 2 share first call account, 2 share final call account. To share capital account equals to 100 into 110 because the value of share is 110, so 11,000. 2 share forfeiture account 100 into 60. That is 60 rupees they have received, so 60 is cancelled for due to non-payment of first and final call, that is 110. Final call amount will not come under this because they have not yet called. So those they have not yet called, that amount will not be eligible to come. So I have just need to delete this one. But the amount of share capital will not be tallied. No, it is like this only. So to share forfeiture account 100 into 60, 6,000. To share first call account 100 into 30, 3,000. To share final call account rupees 100 shares into rupees 20. Now 2,000. And being forfeiture of shares due to non-payment of first and final call. Now again we have issue a bank entry, means reissue entry, bank account debited, share forfeiture account debited to share capital account. So bank account debited 40 shares into 70 rupees, which we got 2,800. Share forfeiture account 40 shares into 10, where 10 rupees is the paid up value is 80, so 10 rupees is lost, so 400 rupees again debit. And to share capital account 40 into 80 equals to 3,200. Now share forfeiture account debited to capital reserve account, they have forfeited 6,000. Then again they made a loss, that is discount on issue, reissue 400. Then we have deducted here 6,000 minus 400, where we got 5,600, and we need to transfer to the capital reserve account. All right, now we move to our next question. A and B started a partnership business on 1st April 2017. Their capital contributions were ₹2 lakh and ₹1,50,000 respectively. The partnership did provide interest on capital at the rate of 10%. A got a salary of ₹24,000 per annum and B got a salary of 3,000 per month. Profits are to be shared in the ratio of 3:2. The profit of the year ended 31st March 2018 before making above appropriations were ₹2,16,000. Interest on drawings amounted to ₹2,200 for A and 2,500 for B. Prepare profit and loss appropriation account. And here is our profit and loss appropriation account. It is similar to partners capital account type only. So by balance brought down, transferred from profit and loss account, where we got the profit of 2,16,000. Then by interest on drawings, because interest on drawings it needs to be received by the company from their partners. So 2,200, 2,500, A and B. Total outer column 4,700. Now we move to our debit side. To interest on capital, A's interest on capital 10%, B's also 10%, 2 lakh 10%, 20,000, 1,50,000 10% is equals to 15,000. Altogether outer column 35,000. To A's salary 24,000, to B's salary 3,000 into 12, that is 36,000. Now we move to total. So total is credit side more, 2,20,700, 2,20,700. We have just write to the both side for balancing, and after that we got the difference of 1,25,700, where we have distributed according to their profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. 3/5, 2/5, where we got for A 75,420 and for B 50,280. Now we move to our next question for again 4 marks. Death of a partner. Babita, Chetan and David are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:1:1 respectively. Firm closes its accounts on 31st March every year. Chetan died on 30th September 2018. There was a balance of ₹1,25,000 in Chetan's capital account in the beginning of the year. In the event of death of any partner, the partnership deed provides the following. The terms and conditions are: interest on capital will be calculated at the rate of 6% per annum. The executor of deceased partner shall be paid ₹24,000 for his share of goodwill his share of reserve fund, which is rupees 12,000, shall be paid to his executor. His share of profit till the date will be calculated on the basis of sales. It is also specified that the sales during the year 17-18 were rupees 4 lakh. The sales from 1st April 2018 to 30th September 2018 were rupees 1,20,000. The profit for the firm year ended 31st March 2018 was rupees 2 lakh. Prepare Chetan's capital account and his executor's account. Now the solution: Chetan's capital account for the year ended 31st March 2019, debit credit, particulars amount, particulars amount. Now we move to our solution part in the ledger of Chetan's account. By balance brought down, transferred from capital account where he got his capital of rupees 1,25,000. By interest on capital 1,25,000 into 6% per annum for 6 months, that is 3,750. By goodwill account where he got 24,000. Out of 24,000, Babita paid 2/3 and debit paid 1/3, where he got 24,000 in the ratio of 16,000 and 8,000. By reserve fund 12,000. By profit and loss account 2 lakh into 1/4, which is 50,000 for the current year. Altogether balance is 2,14,750, 2,14,750 both side. Now it is transferred to the Chetan's account, so we have to carry it down. So before carry it down, we have to just close it to balance CD. Now transferred to Chetan's executor's account. So the balancing figure is 2,14,750. Now we move to our executor's account. Here in executor we have to make again one ledger: debit, credit, Chetan's executor account, particulars amount, particulars amount. From the above account we have just brought down the balance of 2,14,750 in the executor's account. By balance brought down, transferred from Chetan's capital account, and to total it both side, and then we write it down to balance CD, balancing figure. That's all, finish. Now question number 7, pass necessary journal entries for the issue of 1,000 shares, 1,007% debentures of rupees 100 each for the following cases. And here two cases are: issued at 5% premium, redeemable at premium of 10%. Redeemable means repayment. All right. While issuing, taking 5% more, and while giving 10% more. All right. Now bank account debited to debenture application and allotment account, being the receipts of application money on 1,007% debenture of rupees 100 each with a premium of 5%. So the amount here goes 1,000 into 100 equals to 10,000, and the 5% increase, that is 5,000. So 1,05,000, 1,05,000 is the amount. All right. Now debenture application and allotment account debited to 7% debentures account to securities premium account. Here we have segregated the amount, being the transfer made to the capital account. So 1,000 being 1,007% debenture issued at premium of 5% and transferred to share capital account. Now 7% debenture account debited, premium on redemption account debited 10,000 to debenture holders account 1,10,000. Now again, being debenture holders, being debenture holders, money made due on 1,000, 7% debentures with the premium of rupees with the premium of 10%. Now again, debenture holder account debited to bank account, being amount paid off to the debenture holder 1,10,000, 1,10,000. That's all, finished. Now we move to our next account. Again, date, particulars, ledger folio, amount, debit, credit. Now we move to our issue entry: issued at par and redeemable at premium of 8%. I have written the heading. Now I move to our entry: bank account debited to debenture application and allotment account, being application money received on 1,000 shares, 7% debentures at the rate of rupees 100 each, which is equals to redeemable issued at par 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Debenture application and allotment account debited to 7% debenture account 1 lakh, 1 lakh, being application and allotment money received and transferred to share capital account. Now we move to our next entry: 7% debenture account debited, premium on redemption account debited 10,000 to debenture holders account, being amount made due to debenture holders on 1,007% debenture at the rate of rupees 100 each with the premium on redemption at the rate of 10%. Debenture holders account debited to bank account, being amount paid off, that is 1,10,000, 1,10,000. That's all. Now we move to our next question. Mahesh Limited purchased a machinery worth rupees 1,10,000. Half of the payment was made by check, that is bank payment 55,000, and the remaining half by issuing 12% debentures of rupees 100 each at a premium of 10%. Now pass necessary journal entries. Now we move to our solution. Solution is here. In the books of Mahesh Limited, debit, here it needs to be a debit and credit, so I have to delete this one. Date, particulars, ledger folio, amount rupees, machinery account debited to vendors account where being purchase of machinery on credit at the rate of rupees 1,10,000. So on vendors account debited to bank account where 55,000 has been paid, that is half amount, being half amount paid through cash or bank or check. Alright, then vendors account debited to 12% debenture account to securities premium account, here at a premium of 10%, so 55,000, 10% premium is 5,500, altogether 60,500 is the vendor's capital account debited. Alright, so they have made an issue entry. Now we move to our next question. Question number 8. The following is the receipts and payment account of a new sports club for the year ended 31st 12 2018. Receipts and payment account of a new sports club for the year ended 31st December 2018 is: to cash in hand, debit side, to cash at bank, to subscription, to tournament fund, to life membership fees, to entrance fees, to donation for pavilion, to grass, sale of grass. Amount is 150, 2,100, 5,800, 1,500, 2,200, 3,100. Payment side: by groundman's fees, by moving machine, by rent, by salaries to coaches, by tournament expenses, by office expenses, by sports equipment purchased by cash in hand, by cash at bank. Alright, and the amounts are 1,500, 1,100, 500, 3,600, 900, 2,400, 1,200, 350 and 3,300. Altogether both side total is 14,850. Now the additional information: subscription due on 31st December 2017 as on 31st December 2018 were rupees 900 and rupees 800 respectively. Subscription received also includes subscription for 2019 rupees 200. Now another additional information: sports equipment on hand on 31st December 2017 was rupees 1100. The value placed for on equipment on hand on 31st December 2018 was rupees 1300. The mowing machine was purchased on 1st July 2018 and is to be depreciated at the rate of 20% per annum. Office expenses include rupees 300 for 2017 and rupees 400 are still due for payment. Tournament receipts and expenses are to be separated from general incomes and expenses. Prepare income and expenditure account for 6 marks. This 900 will be lesser. All right. So the amount will be, wait, 10110 minus 900, 9210. And the amount here also 4310 minus 5500 minus 300 3410 3410. This is the by deficit. All right. Now we move to our solution. Income and expenditure of a new sports club for the year ended 31st December 2018. Debit, credit, both side, ledger, expenditure amount, income amount. All right. To groundman's fees 1500. To rent 500. To salaries to coaches 3600. To office expenses 2400. Inner column less for 2017, that is 300, and add for 2018 400. Altogether outer column 2500. To depreciation on mowing machine, that is 20% at the rate of 20% for 6 months only. 1100 into 20% into 6 by 12, where we got 110. And sports equipment also there is a depreciation. 1100 is the beginning we have purchased, less closing balance, where we got 1000 is the depreciation value. Outer column altogether depreciation value of mowing machine and sports equipment, that is 1110. Now we move to our income side. By subscription 5800, less outstanding for 2017, which is 900. Add outstanding for 2018 800, and advance for 2019 is being deducted, that is less 200. Altogether outer column we got 5500. By entrance fees 200. By sale of grass, that is 100. By sale of grass 100. All right. Now we move to totaling. By totaling both sides, here we got expenditure is more than income, and that is 9210. 9210, 9210. Here by deficit we got excess of expenditure over income 3410. Why we are not taking the tournament expenses? Because as per question they have mentioned the condition, that is it is not a general income or expenditure. That's why we haven't take. All right. Now we move to our next question. Income and expenditure account, same question, or following is the receipts and payment account of Literacy Club for the year ended 31st March 2018. Receipts and payment account of Literacy Club for the year ended 31st March 31st December. No, 31st March. It is 31st March 2018. Wait, I can check it from here. Wait, huh? (31st March), and in the question paper only they have made wrong. All right. What happened to this? It needs to be March or all right. Now we move to our question. By balance brought down, to balance brought down, opening balance 19,550, subscription for 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19. So 1200, 26,500 and 500. All right. Now sale of newspaper 1250, government grants 10,000, sale of old furniture book value was rupees 7,000, and in the outer column 5,700, interest on fixed deposit 450. Now on the credit side, salaries 3,000, newspaper 2,050, electricity bill 1,000, fixed deposit on 1/7/2017 at the rate of 9% per annum, that is 20,000, books 10,600, rent 6,800, furniture 10,500, balance CD 11,200. Altogether both sides 65,150. Additional information: subscription outstanding as on 31st March 2012 were rupees 200 2000 and 31st March 2018 were rupees 2500. On 31st March 2018, salary outstanding was rupees 600 and rent outstanding was rupees 1200. The club owned furniture rupees 15,000 and book rupees 7,000 on 1st April 2017. Prepare income and expenditure account. Now we move to our solution. Income and expenditure account of Literacy Club for the year ended 31st March 2018. Debit, credit, expenditure amount, income amount. Now we move to our solution part. 2 salaries 3,000, add outstanding 600, 3,600, outer column. 2 electricity 1,000, outer column. Direct 2 rent 6,800, add outstanding 1,200, outer column. 8,000. 2 loss on sale of furniture 7,000 is the book value, sale value is 5,700. Altogether, outer column we got 1,300. 2 newspaper 2,050. Now we move to our credit side. Buy subscription 26,500, add outstanding for 2017 which is 1,700 and we got 28,200. By sale of old newspaper 1,250. By government grants 10,000. By interest on fixed deposit 450, add interest accrued 900. Altogether outer column 1,350. Here total credit side is more, income side is more, 40,800. So we have written both sides 40,800, 40,800, and here we got the difference in is excess of income over expenditure, that is 2 surplus 24,850. Now the working notes. Calculation of interest on fixed deposit 20,000 into 9% in for 9 months which is equals to 1,350, where 450 they have already got and 900 is the accrued income. Altogether outer column 1,350 we have written. Now we move to working note number 2. Calculation of subscription outstanding. Subscription on 31st/3/2018 were rupees 2,500, which includes the subscription outstanding for the year 2016, 2017. Here rupees 800. Now 2,000 minus 1,200 equals to 800 only. Hence subscription outstanding for 2017 and 2018 is rupees 1,700. Here how we got it? 2,500 minus 800. We can get 1,700. Now we move to our next question. A, B and C are partners. A, B and C are partners who shares profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. They decided to dissolve the partnership firm on 31st March 2018. The balance sheet at this date is as follows. Balance sheet of A, B and C as on 31st March 2018. Liabilities amount, assets amount. Capital is A, B, C. Capital amount is 10,000, 1,000, 7,200 and creditor 8,800. Good asset side, goodwill 2,000, machinery 10,000, stock 4,000, debtors 7,800, cash 3,200. Altogether 27,000. 27,000. We have to close this one amount. Now we move to our additional information. A took over machinery of rupees 8,000. Amount realized from debtors rupees 6,300 and goodwill rupees 1,000. Creditors were paid at discount of rupees 400. Realization expenses were rupees 300. Prepare realization account, partners capital account and cash account. Realization account, let me tell you, it is similar to revaluation account only. Now I have written here how you have to do. So debit, credit, realization account, particulars amount. So two sundry assets. Inside it you have to write down as per the balance sheet of above. It is mentioned goodwill, stock, debtors, machinery. Non-realized value only will be here. So the total outer column 23,800. By sundry liabilities only creditor was there. So I have written 8,800. That's all. Now I have written by cash account, goodwill, stock, debtor is being there. No machinery because machinery is being took by whom? A. Alright. So the realized value again I have written. So realized value got 10,900 and to cash account creditors realized value after making discount of 400 rupees we got 8,400 and realization expenses is also there. because we have to make a payment. So I have written total together 300 plus 8400, outer column 8700. So altogether debit side is more than credit side. So 32,500, 32,500. Now by A's capital account, machinery is 8,000 we have written. Now whatever is the loss is 4,800 is being distributed among the partners sharing ratio. Now A, B, C 4,800, 4,800, 2,400, 1,600, 800 is being distributed, and the total amount 4,800 is being returned to the credit side. Now both side tally. Now we move to our partners capital account, debit and credit. Partners capital account, partners particulars A, B, C, particulars A, B, C. As well as we are in class 12, we can start our partners capital account with by balance brought down transferred 10,000, 1,000, 7,200 by to realization loss account. So loss will be always debit to the partners capital account. Even if it will be a revaluation, then also it will goes to the debit side. It as I have already said it to you that this is similar to revaluation account. Now to realization account, machinery A took machinery 8,000 is being written on the debit side of A's column. That to balance CD by balance CD, by doing totaling of both sides, which one is bigger, which one is smaller, we have balance. So here 10,400 for A and debit side is more, so credit side we got 400 is the difference by balance CD, which we will write on the cash account. And then for B again 1,600, 1,000, so 600 is the difference, we got it on the credit side. But for C, here we got 6,400 is the difference, because 7,200 is credit side and total is 7,200 minus 800, so we got 6,400 on the credit debit side to balance CD for C's account. Now cash account we have to prepare as we used to prepare in class 11 also. The ledger of cash account, debit credit particulars amount. So to balance brought down, because cash is a current assets, so we have to write down as per balance sheet. To balance brought down 3,200. Now to realization account, assets realized 10,900, which we got from realization account by credit side by cash. So to realization, then again to cash by realization account, creditors paid off realization expenses and all 8,700. Now to A's capital account, to B's capital account 400 and 600, and to by now both side is telling with amount 15,100, 15,100. Let me check once. Wait a second. I have forget to mention here by C's capital account. आखिर गलती तो इंसान से ही होता है. Sorry for the mistakes. Now let me check. 8,700 plus 6,400, where we got 15,100, and 3,200 plus 10,900 plus tally. Now we move to our next question, or again dissolution, that is form बंद करने जा रहा है. A, B and C are partners sharing profits and losses in the proportion of 4:3:2. Their balance sheet as at 31st March 2018 as stood as follows. Balance sheet of A, B and C as on 31st March 2018. Liabilities amount, assets amount. Here we got the capital of A, B, C 4,000, 2,500 and the creditor amount is 3,500. On the asset side, machinery 5,500, stock is 2,000, debtors is 1,000 and cash is 1,500. Both side totaling is 10,000, 10,000. They agreed to dissolve 31st March 2018. A agreed to take over the stock at a value of 1,500 and debtors at a value of rupees 700. The machine is sold at an auction of rupees 2,700. Prepare realization account, partners capital account and cash account. Now we move to our solution. Realization account, debit, credit, particulars amount, same ledger format you have to make. Two sundry assets account as means the balance of balance sheet you have to write down as it is, copy paste. Machinery 5,500, stock 2,000, debtors 1,000, altogether outer column 8,500. By sundry liabilities, creditors 3,500. By cash account, again machinery realized 2,700. By A's capital account, A has been taken over the stock and debtors at a value of 1,500, 700, altogether outer columns 2,200. Now to cash account, creditors again 3,500, no realization expenses, so altogether debit side is more 12,000, so both side we have written 12,000, 12,000 and on the credit side the difference is 3,600 which we were going to distribute according to their profit and loss sharing proportion, and 3,600 into 4 by 9, 3,600 into 3 by 9, 3,600 into 2 by 9 for A, B and C. So 1,600, 1,200 and 800, altogether outer column 3,600. Now tally, our realization account finished. Now we move to our partners capital account. Let's move. Partners capital account, debit, credit, again particulars A, B, C amount column, particulars A, B, C again amount column, as well as we are in class 12. Partners capital account begins with by balance brought down 4,000, 2,000 and 500. Then again to realization account because it is a loss. So I have written inside the bracket loss A 1,600, B 1,200 and C 800. To realization account again because A has taken 2,200 amount to stock and debtors. Then to balance CD and by balance CD because the difference in between. So here the amount of credit side for A is 4,000, total both side 4,000, so the difference we got 200 rupees for A on the debit side, and for B 2,000 is the total amount on the credit side, and the difference we got on the debit side is 800, and for C 800 is the total amount we got for the C for both side equal. Now we move to our cash account, debit and credit, particulars amount. So to balance brought down, balance from balance sheet, that is cash account 1,500. Alright, by realization account, creditors paid off 3,500. By A's capital account from partners capital account 200. By B's capital account 800 and to C's capital account 300. To realization account, assets realized, that is machinery 2,700. Altogether both sides 4,500, 4,500. Tally, that's all. Question number 10. A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3 on 31st March 2018. Their balance sheet was as under. Balance sheet of A and B as on 31st March 2018. Liabilities amount, assets amount, capital A and B 48,000, 84,000. Creditors 64,000, bills payable 32,000, profit and loss account 14,000. Now we move to our asset side, cash 18,000, bills receivable 24,000, furniture 28,000, stock 44,000, debtors 42,000, investment 32,000, machinery for 34,000 and the goodwill is 20,000. Now we move to our terms and condition. They admit C into partnership on the following terms: furniture and machinery are to be depreciated by 15%, stock is revalued at rupees 4,800, outstanding amount Rent amounted to rupees 1800, prepaid salaries rupees 800. C will bring rupees 30,000 towards capital and 6,000 as premium for goodwill. For 1/6 share of profit, capital of A and B are to be adjusted in the new profit sharing ratio, taking the capital of C as the base. Adjustments of capital will be made in cash. Prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and the balance sheet for 8 marks. एम्बोस ने मार्क्स बढ़ा दिया from 6 to 8. Promotion. Solution. Revaluation account, 2 furniture account, 28,000, 15%, 4,200. 2 machinery account, 34,000 into 1,500, 5,100. 2 rent, outstanding, that is 800. By stock, 48,000 minus 44,000. 4,000 is being increased by prepaid salaries. Salaries paid 800 in advance. Now both side totaling, so the debit side is more and credit side is less, so we got how much? 10,100, 10,100. So it is a loss. By profit and loss account, transferred to partners capital account, A's capital account, B's capital account, and the difference is 5,300 into the profit sharing ratio, that is 2:3. So A's is 5,300 into 2 by 5 and B is 5,300 into 3 by 5. Total we got 2,120 and for B 3,180. altogether outer column 5,300. So here we got 10,100, 10,100 both sides. So revaluation account finished. Now we move to our partners capital account, debit, credit, particulars ABC, particulars ABC. Now we move to our solution, buy balance brought down, because as well as we are in class 12, partners capital account begins with buy balance brought down 48,000, 84,000, and for C not now admitted, so dash. By profit and loss account, old profit in the balance sheet is being distributed among the partners, that is 14,000 is being distributed among the partners as per their profit sharing ratio. A will get 5,600 and B will get 4,800 and C will not get anything because he is no more the partner on that time. Now C is entering inside the partnership. So by cash account, C's capital 30,000 direct, no amount for A and B. By premium for goodwill, premium for goodwill is being bought by B for bought by C for A and B because he is entering inside an existing business and A and B is making an sacrifice for him. Now we move to debit side, to revaluation account, which is called loss. So 2,120 and for B 3,180 and for C dash. Now balancing here, A's total is 56,000, B's total is 96,000 and C's total is 30,000 altogether. Now balancing 56,000 minus 2,120 on the debit side, we got the balancing figure of capital of A is 53,880 and for B 96,000 minus 96,000 minus 3,180 equals to 92,820. Now for C, no plus minus, direct 30,000. That's all. Balance sheet of A, B and C as on 31st March 2018. In balance sheet, no debit credit. Now we move to our balance sheet on the liability side. Capital A, B, C 53,800, 92,820, 53,880, 92,820 for B. And for C 30,000 altogether, outer column 1,76,700. Creditor amount 64,000, bills payable 32,000, rent outstanding will come 800 because it is considered to be a current liability, alright, or provision. Now on the asset side, bills receivable 24,000, furniture 28,000, less depreciation 4,200, outer column we got it 23,800. Now we move to stock. Stock is being appreciated by 4,000. So previous value is 44,000. Altogether 48,000. Outer column. Debtors 42,000. No adjustment. Investment 32,000. No adjustment. Machinery 34,000. Less depreciation 5,100. Here we got 28,900. Outer column. Goodwill is 20,000, no adjustment. Prepaid salaries 800. It is coming from the adjustment because prepaid salaries are to be considered current assets. Add C's capital 30,000. Sorry, cash is 18,000. Inner column, add C's capital 30,000. C bought, and goodwill bought by C for old partner 6,000. Altogether outer column 54,000. Both sides totaling 2,73,500. 2,73,500. Your answer is tally. That's all. Now move to next question. Or question. Ajay, Vijay and Naresh were partners sharing profit in the proportion of 1/2, 1/3 and 1/6. If you will take the LCM and do it the proportion, you will get it 3:2:1 is the profit sharing ratio of Ajay, Vijay and Naresh. Respectively, the balance sheet of the firm on 31st March 2018 as follows. Balance sheet of Ajay, Vijay and Naresh as on 31st March 2018 where liabilities amount, assets amount as it is, sundry creditors 17,000, workman compensation fund 13,000, reserve fund is 18,000, capital of Ajay, Vijay and Naresh 40, 30, 20,000. Cash at bank 10,000, debtors 40,000, less provision 10,000, inner column, outer column 39,000, stock is 15,000, investment 16,000, patents 8,000, plant and machinery 50,000. Altogether outside, sorry, not the outside, altogether both side 1,38,000, 1,38,000. Let's close it and then terms and condition. Move to our terms and condition. The terms and condition are Naresh retired on the above date on the following terms. Goodwill of the firm was valued at rupees 42,000 and it is to be adjusted through partners capital account. Point number 2, value of patents was to be reduced by 20% and that of patent plant and machinery to 90%. Provision for doubtful debts was to be raised to 6%. Naresh took over the investment at a value of rupees 17,600. Liability on account of workman compensation fund was only rupees 12,600 and you have to prepare what? Revaluation account, partners capital account and balance sheet, and this is the question of retirement. Now we move to our revaluation account. Increase in the value of assets, decrease in the value of liabilities, increase in the value of liabilities, decrease in the value of assets. Now where we have to write down, let's see, debit, credit, revaluation account, particulars amount, debit all. Increase in the value of assets will be written in the credit side and decrease in the value of assets will be written to the debit side. Increase in the value of liabilities will be written to the debit side. Decrease in the value of liabilities will be written to the credit side. That's all and no more. Now we move to our solution. 2 patents, 8,000, 20% is been reduced. Now 1,600 is the answer. To plant and machinery 50,000 into 10% because 90,000 we have to maintain, so 10% is the obvious answer. So 5,000. To provision for bad and doubtful debts 40,000 into 6% equals to 2,400, less provision which were already made, so we have to write down in revaluation after deducting it, that is 1,400. By investment 16,000 is the value and one partner he took it at the amount of 17,800, so it is appreciated by 1,800. Now both side totaling, so totaling here debit side is more 8,000 and 8,000. Here we got the difference of 6,200 and this 6,200 is a total loss in the revaluation account. Now it is being distributed among the partners according to their sharing ratio. Now Ajay, Vijay, Naresh will distribute 6,200 in their sharing ratio 3/6, 2/6 and 1/6, which amounts to rupees 3,100, 20,067, sorry 2,067 and 1,033. Altogether outer column 6,200. Now we move to our partners capital account. Partners capital account, debit, credit, particulars Ajay, Vijay, Naresh, particulars Ajay, Vijay, Naresh. Now we move to, as well as we are in class 12, partners capital account begins with by balance brought down. So 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. Old reserve was there, so reserve is being distributed among the partners by reserve fund 9,000, 6,000, 3,000 by workman compensation fund. So this 12,600 is to be maintained from now onwards, and before it was 13,000. So 400 is the difference. Where it will go? It will be distributed among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. 200, 133 and 67. By goodwill account, what is the goodwill amount? So goodwill amount is 7,000. I'll show you the calculation below. Now we move to our debit side. It's a revaluation total loss. So we have written this total loss directly to the capital account. Ajay 3,100, Vijay 2,067 and Naresh 1,033. To N's capital account, because Ajay and Vijay made a distribution of 7,000 for the goodwill which he paid to the Naresh, a retiring partner, 4,200 and 2,800 in their profit sharing ratio. To investment took by Naresh at the rate of 17,800, which I have already mentioned, and it made an appreciation of 1,800 also in the revaluation account. Now to N's loan account. Why loan account? Because N is no longer the partner in the firm. Now loan account will come, but before doing this we have to first calculate the total amount. So total amount of Ajay is 49,200 and Vijay is 36,133. Naresh is 30,067. So both sides we have just written the total, and first we do the N's loan account. Ajay Vijay dash dash. So Naresh will get 11,234. Now to balance CD, for the balancing figure of Ajay and Vijay 41,900 and for Vijay is 31,266. Now we move to our balance sheet of Ajay Vijay. Because Naresh is no longer the partner, so no name needs to be mentioned in the new balance sheet. For the year ended 31st March 2018, liabilities amount, assets amount. Now we move to our solution. Solution here for the balance sheet is sundry creditors, no adjustment, 17,000 as it is. Workman compensation fund 13,000 to 12,600. 400 we have already distributed among the partners in the partners capital account. So new balance is 12,600. Capital account of Ajay and Vijay 41,900 and 31,266. Altogether outer column 73,166. Hence loan account 11,234. Now cash at bank is 10,000. Debtors is 40,000. Inner column less provision at the rate of 6%, that is 2,400. Now total outer column we got 37,600. Stock no adjustment 15,000. Direct we have to write down outer column. Patents 8,000 less depreciation at the rate of 20%. Now the 80% is to be in the outer column, so 6,400. Plant and machinery 50,000 less reduced by 10%, 5,000, which we got 45,000 to the outer column. Now we move to our next question. Our answer is being tallied both sides, 1,14,000, 1,14,000. So the next question is question number 11 regarding shares. Now we move to our shares question, and before doing it we have to read down the question. What is the question? What they are asking? What we need to do? Because it's all about terms and condition. The board is giving us terms. You have to do like this. If you are agree, then you do it. If you are not agree, then also you have to do it, because you are taking the admit card and the printed side, that is back side of admit card, it is written. Now you have to do this, you have to do that. It is the terms and condition only. Being a commerce student, you have to understand in your life every movement is a kind of terms and condition. If somebody offers you, it is a terms, and if you accept it or if you deny it, it is the condition you will be following or not as per your prevailing situation. Now your situation is for your examination. Let's move to question number 21, because one slogan is there: tired of being inspired regarding examinations. Now move to question number 11. Too much bakwas. Question number 11. A company issued 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each, payable as follows. Application 3, allotment 3, first call 2, second and final call 2. On application were received for 20,000 shares. Over subscription, application for 5,000 shares were rejected, partly allotted and partly rejected. Now here it means pro rata, and 5,000 will be adjusted towards the allotment. Alright, the directors made both the calls and all the money were received except the allotment, first call and final call on 400 shares, which were subsequently forfeited. Later 300 of the forfeited shares were reissued. Out of 400, 300 again reissued as fully paid at rupees 9 per share. Uri baba, ita ki hoy chhe? Give journal entries to record above transactions for 8 marks. Again, you are upgraded to 8 marks for this kind of question. Before it used to come for only 6 marks. Now we move to our solution. Journal entries in the books of the company. No company name. So directly I have written in the books of the company. Let me check if it is their name. I'll need to write. No name. So only company. Raising capital. Now pass the journal entries in the books of the company. Journal entries. Date, particulars, ledger folio, amount, debit, credit, bank account debited to share application account, being application money receipts on 20,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 each, 60,000, debit, credit. Now we move to our next entry. Share application account debited, 2 share capital account, 2 share allotment account and 2 bank account. Why 2 bank account? Because those 5,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 each will be refunded, and excess money on 5,000 shares will be adjusted towards allotment, and the amount of share capital, which is 10,000 into 3 equals to 30,000, will be not adjustment, it is a share allotment, and share will be allotted and will be transferred to share capital account. Now being application money receives on 10,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 is transferred to share capital. Excess money receives on 5,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 each adjusted towards allotment, and excess money received on 5,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 each were refunded. Debit side 60,000, credit side 30, 15, 15, and now we move to our third entry. Share allotment account debited to share capital account, being allotment money due on 10,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 each, 30,000, but on the 4 entry we have got the amount on only 9,600 shares. Let's move to our question. Bank account debited to share allotment account, being allotment money receives after making necessary adjustment, and one shareholder holding 400 shares at the rate of rupees 3 each failed to pay. Now 30,000 minus adjusted amount 15,000 equals to 15,000. Now 15,000 minus 1,200. Here we got 13,800, and the company receives 13,800 amount only. Now we move to our next entry. Share first call account debited to share share capital account, being first call money made due on 10,000 shares at the rate of rupees 2 each, which is amounted to rupees 20,000 and 20,000. Now bank account debited to share first call account, being first call money receives on 9,600 shares instead of 10,400, again default at the rate of rupees 2 each. Now the amount 19,200. Shares second and final call account debited to share capital account, being final call money receives on 10,000 call money made due on. Now this one will be not received, due, DUE, due on 10,000 shares at the rate of rupees 2 each, 20,000. Now we move to the bank account debited to share second and final call account, being final call money receives on 9,600 shares at the rate of rupees 2 each, 19,200. All right, now we move to our share capital account. Share capital account, that is forfeiture account. Now share capital account debited 400 shares at the rate of rupees 10 each, 4,000 needs to be collected, but out of 4,000 only 1,200 is being collected. To share forfeiture account 4,000 into 3 share allotment, they have not given 1,200. Share first call, they have not given 800, they have not given on the final call 800. Now we move being forfeiture of shares due to non-payment of allotment, first call and final call money made due on the company, by the company. Bank account debited to share for capital account 300 into 9 where rupees 2,700, because being reissue of 300 forfeited shares at the rate of rupees 9 each fully paid up. Share forfeiture account debited to share capital reserve account, being forfeiture of shares at the rate of being profit on reissue of forfeited shares to transfer to share capital, no, capital reserve account, transfer to capital reserve account. Now we move to our next question. A limited company invites application for 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, payable as follows: on application rupees 3, on allotment 4,437, on first call rupees 2 and final call rupees 1. Application were received for 70,000 shares. Over subscription, allotments were made to the applicants of 10,000 in full, to the applicants of 60,000, 40,000 were share allotted. Excess money paid on application was utilized towards allotment. A shareholder who was allotted 1,000 shares out of the group applying for 60,000 shares failed to pay allotment money and money due on calls. These shares were forfeited. 600 of forfeited shares were reissued as fully paid on receipts of rupees 8 per share. Past journal entries in the books of the company. Now we move to our journal entries. In the books of A Limited Company, journal entries: bank account debited to share application account, being application money received on 70,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 is 2,10,000, 2,10,000. Share application account debited to share capital account, to share allotment account 2,10,000, 1,50,000 and 60,000, being transfer of share capital and excess money adjusted towards allotment account. Share allotment account debited to share capital account 2 lakh, money due on 50,000 shares at the rate of rupees 4 each. Bank account debited to share allotment account, being allotment money receives 1,36,000, 1,36,000. Now we move to our next question, next entry. Share first call account debited to share capital account 150,000 shares at the rate of rupees 2 each, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Bank account debited to share first call account, being first call money receives on 49,000 shares at the rate of rupees 2 each, 98,000, 98,000. Now we move to our next. Share final call account debited to share capital account 50,000 shares at the rate of rupees 1 each, being final call money due on 50,000 shares at the rate of rupees 1 each, 50,000, 50,000. Bank account debited to share final call account 49,000 shares at the rate of rupees 1 each, 49,000, 49,000. Now we move to our next share for feature entry. Share capital account debited 1,000 shares into 10, that is 10,000. To share for feature account 1,000 into 3, 3,000. To share allotment account 1,000 into 4 equals to 4,000. To share allotment account, to share first call account 1,000 into 2 equals to 2,000. To share final call account 1,000 into 1, 1,000, being forfeiture of 1,000 shares due to non-payment of allotment, first call and final call which were made due by company. Now bank account debited to share forfeiture account, bank account debited, share forfeiture account debited to share capital account. So 600 shares at the rate of rupees 8 each, 4,800. Share forfeiture account debited, again 2 rupees they have made discount. To share capital account 6,000. Being reissue of 600 shares at the rate of rupees 8 each, shares fully paid up. Now share forfeiture account debited to capital reserve account, being profit on reissue of forfeited shares transferred to capital reserve 1,800, 1,800. Now we move to our part B. Analysis of financial statement, marks 20. Question number 12. Choose and write the correct answer. Liquid assets is equal to current assets plus stock, current assets minus stock, current assets minus stock plus prepaid expenses. None of the above. And the answer is option number 3, current assets minus stock plus prepaid expenses. Ideal current ratio is 1:1, 1:2, 2:1 and 3:1. The answer is option number 3, 2:1. Note, the ratio illustrates a company's ability to remain solvent. In general, investors look for a company with a current ratio of 2:1, meaning current assets twice as large as current liabilities. A current ratio less than 1 indicates the company might have problems meeting short-term financial obligations. Question number C. Cash flow statement is governed by AS3 revised, AS2 revised, AS9 and AS1 revised. And the answer is option number 1, AS3 revise. Give the formula of stock turnover ratio, and the answer is the formula for stock turnover ratio is stock turnover formula equals to cost of goods sold, COGS, divided by average inventory. Now cost of goods sold equals to opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock, and average stock equals to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Now we move to our question number 14. State any two limitations of ratio analysis. The two limitations of ratio analysis are: number 1, false result. Ratios are based upon the financial statements in case financial statements are incorrect or the data upon which ratios are based is incorrect. Ratios calculated will also be false or defective. Point number 2, limited comparability. The ratio of one firm cannot always be compared with the performance of other firm if uniform accounting policies are not adopted by them. Question number 15. What is meant by cash and cash equivalent while preparing cash flow statement? Answer is cash and cash equivalent are short-term highly liquid investment that are easily convertible into cash and which are subject to significant risk of change in value. In other words, cash equivalents are held for the purpose of meeting short-term cash commitments rather than for investment or any other purpose. An investment held for short-term maturity, say 3 months, can be regarded as cash equivalents. For example, treasury bills, commercial papers, etc. Now we move to our question number 16. From the following statements of profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2019 and 2018, prepare a comparative statement of profit and loss of Goods Service Limited. Particulars: amount for 2019, amount for 2018. Revenue from operation 20 lakh, 15 lakh. Other incomes 10 lakh, 4 lakh. Expenses 21 lakh, 15 lakh. Rate of income tax was 50%. Is to be considered. Now we move to our solution. We have to make a comparative statement like this. Particulars and 2018 and 2019, absolute change equals to year 2 minus year 1 and percentage change equals to, let's say I'll show you how to do it. Revenue from operation 15 lakh and 20 lakh. Now what is the difference? 5 lakh is been increased. So 5 divided by 15 into 100, we got 33.33%. Add other incomes. Now other income is 4 lakh and 10 lakh. Now the difference is 6 lakh. So the percentage absolute change is 1 lakh 50. Here plus minus will not matter. Alright. Now that is on the above you can see 15 lakh minus 20. So 15 lakh and 20 comparison, 5 lakh increase. Here other incomes, before it was 4 lakh, now it has increased to 10 lakhs. Alright. Now total revenue equals to 19 lakh, 30 lakh and the difference is 11 lakh. So the percentage change is 57.89%. Less expenses. What is the expenses? Expenses here means 15 lakh. So and 2019 21 lakh. So outer column we got the difference of expenses is 6 lakh. So in percentage we got 40%. Profit before tax 4 lakh and 9 lakh. So the difference absolute change is 5 lakh and here we got percentage change is 125%. Less income tax paid at the rate of 50%. So the 4 lakh 50% is to 2 lakh and 9 lakh 50% is 4 lakh 50,000 and 5 lakh 50% is 2 lakh 50,000. So outer column again we got 125%. Profit after tax 2 lakh, 4 lakh 50, 250 and again 125%. Very easy. If you will practice from your book also you will get it. Now a business has current ratio of 3:1 and quick ratio of 1.2:1 and the working capital is 1,80,000. Calculate the value of current liability and inventory for 4 marks. Solution: working capital equals to current assets minus current liabilities. Current assets equals to working capital plus current assets plus current liabilities. Alright. Now current ratio equals to current assets by current liabilities equals to 3:1. So 3 by 1 equals to 1,80,000 plus current liabilities divided by current liabilities. So 3 times the current liabilities minus current liabilities equals to 1,80,000. Now 2 times current liabilities 1,80,000. So current liabilities equals to 1,80,000 divided by 2. Here we got current liabilities equals to 90,000 and current assets equals to 1,80,000 plus 90,000, which is equals to 2,70,000, because current assets is 3 times and current liability is 1 times. Now stock, inventory, quick ratio equals to quick assets by current liabilities. Now quick ratio equals to 1.2 by 1 equals to quick assets by 90,000. Now cross multiplication, quick assets equals to 90,000 into 1.2. So quick assets equals to 1,08,000. Then stock equals to current assets minus quick assets. Here we got 2,70,000 minus 1,08,000. We got 1,62,000 of stock. Now we move to our next question, cash flow statement. From the following balance sheet of Vivek Limited, prepare cash flow statement. Particulars, amount for 31st-3-2018 and 31st-3-2017. Equity and liabilities, shareholder funds, under it share capital 290 and 250, reserves and surplus 1,52,000 and 50, current liabilities, under it trade payables 5,000, 23,000, short term provisions, provision for tax 35,000 and 27,000. Altogether outer column, total of first 2018 is 4,82,000 and for 2017 is 3,50,000. Now we move to assets. Particulars, amount for 2018 and 2017. Assets, under assets non-current assets, that is fixed assets, and under it tangible assets, and under tangible assets building and plant. Building amount 80,000, 1 lakh, plant is 70,000, 40,000. Now we move to intangible assets. Intangible assets B 20,000, that is 20,000 and 30,000. Current assets, under it inventory 95. Oh, I have just forget to delete this. So under inventory we got 95,000, 45,000. B trade receivables 2 lakh, 1 lakh 20,000, and cash and cash equivalent 17,000 and 15,000. Altogether, first column 1 lakh 82,000 and the second column 3 lakh 50,000. Now additional information. Number 1, depreciation charge on plant was rupees 30,000 and on building was rupees 50,000. Income tax paid during the year rupees 25,000. Now we move to our solution. Cash flow from operating activities. Now we have to make a format like this. Particulars, amount. This is inner column amount. This is outer column amount. No debit, credit. Cash flow cash flow statement of Vivek Limited for the year ended 31st March 2018. This is the format. Now you have to write down a heading, cash flow from operating activities. Under it, net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Working note number 1. So 1,35,000. How we got 1,35,000? Let's see. Here it is. Net profit as per profit and loss account. Difference of reserves and surplus 1,52,000 minus 50,000. We got 1,02,000. Add provision for taxation. So the provision for taxation here is 33,000. How we got the 33,000? The provision for taxation we made by balance brought down 27,000 and to balance sheet 35,000. To bank account tax paid under additional information 2 we got 25,000. So total is 60,000, 60,000. The difference is 33,000. That is the real provision made by the company for the profit before taxation and extraordinary items. Alright. So we have made it. So here we return 33,000 and total it 1,35,000. We got it. Net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Alright. Add non-operating incomes. Depreciation on plant 30,000. Depreciation on building 50,000. And from balance sheet intangible assets. Goodwill written off. It is. Alright. Now the difference is Before it was 20, now it is 10,000, so it has just written down. So it is a kind of non-operating incomes only. So 10,000 less non-operating. This is add non-operating expenses less non-operating incomes. This is expenses. EXPENSES. Add non-operating expenses less non-operating incomes is nil. Now less non-operating incomes is nil. Now operating profit before working capital changes 2,25,000. We got it from here. Add decrease in current assets and increase in current liabilities. This is nil. Now less increase in current assets and decrease in current liabilities. We got trade payables 18,000, trade receivables 80,000, inventory 50,000. Now cash flow from operation we got by deducting it 77,000, less tax paid 25,000. We got cash generated from operating activities 52,000, outer column. Now we move to our part B, cash flow from financing activities. Under financing activities, share capital has been increased by 40,000. This 40,000 is raise of capital by issue of share capital. Now net cash generated from financing activities 40,000. Now C, next portion is C, cash flow from investing activities. Purchase of plant, working note number 3, 60,000 we got. Purchase of building, working note number 4, we got rupees 30,000 negative balance. Alright, while purchasing our cash is going out, that is why it is negative. If we sell anything, we get the cash back, so it is positive. We have to write down positive. So now we are purchasing, so it is negative. Alright, our cash is going out from the business. Altogether 90,000, outer column, cash generated from investing activities. Now cash and cash equivalent during the year, A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C, we got 2,000 is the balance. 52,000, 40,000 equals to 92,000 minus 90,000 equals to 2,000. Now add cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the year. This balance we get it from the beginning of the asset side under cash. Alright, 15,000. Altogether 17,000 we got it cash and cash equivalent at the end of the year. You can see our answer is tally. This is 17,000, 15,000 and the 2,000 during the year. Alright, now we move to our next question. I think so last but not the least. This is the question for again 8 or 6 marks. Following are the balance sheet as at 31st March 2018 and 2017. This is 2018 and 2017. 18 and 19 they have written. Let me check again. They made so many mistakes in their question papers. What to do? I'm really sick. The last question. No, this needs to be 2017 and this one 2018. They are right. Sorry. Equity and liabilities. Under it shareholders fund, under it share capital, under it beginning is 8 lakh, closing is 12 lakh. Reserves and surplus, profit and loss balance is 4 lakh, now 3 lakh 50,000. Non-current liabilities, under it long term borrowings, before 3 lakh 50,000, now 4 lakh 40,000. Current liabilities, under it trade payables 50,000 and 60,000. Now we move to our assets. Under it non-current assets, under it fixed assets, under fixed assets tangible assets which we can touch, see. Alright, from 9 lakh to 12 lakh. Current assets, inventories from 1 lakh to 2 lakh. Trade receivables 2 lakh 30 to 3 lakh 10,000. Cash and cash equivalent 3 lakh 70 to 3 lakh 40,000. Now we move to our solution. Before doing solution, let's read the extraordinary items. These are the prepare cash flow statement after taking account the depreciation charge on tangible fixed assets was rupees 1,20,000. That's why I have already, first I have made this format of working note, then I touched this cash flow statement. Alright, to balance brought down 9 lakh, by balance CD 12 lakh. So by depreciation 1,20,000, altogether credit side is more 13,20,000 and debit side is 4,20,000. So debit side difference means being assets purchased. The balancing figure is 4,20,000. Now we move to our solution. Solution we get it from here. Cash flow from operating activities, net profit before extraordinary items 50,000, that is negative balance, because before it was 1 lakh, now it is 50,000. So 50,000 is negative. Then add depreciation on tangible assets, that is net. Add non-operating expenses, and less non-operating income is less, nil. Now we got 70,000 is the difference. 1,20,000 minus 50 equals to 70,000. Operating profit before working capital changes 70,000. Add decrease in current assets and increase in current liabilities. Under it we got 10,000 trade payables, less increase in current assets and decrease in current liabilities. Trade receivables 80,000 negative balance. Inventory 1 lakh. Cash flow from operation we got it 70 plus 10, 80, 80 minus, so negative balance of 1 lakh we got it, less tax paid, that is nil. So our negative balance cash generated from operating activities is 1 lakh. Now part B, cash flow from financing activities, issue of share capital 4 lakh issues, increase, long term borrowings, raising of fund 90,000 increase, altogether outer column 4,90,000. Positive balance, net cash generated from financing activities. Then point C, cash flow from investing activities. Purchase of tangible assets, working note number 1, 4,20,000. The assets we have purchased, and while purchasing this is negative balance, the outflow of cash. So cash generated from investing activities is 4,20,000. Cash and cash equivalent during the year we have plus A, B, C. 1 lakh, 4,20,000, 5,20,000 is the negative, and 490 is minus positive. So we got the negative balance of 30,000. Now add cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the year 3,70,000. We got the cash and cash equivalent at the end of the year 3,40,000. All right, thank you. If there will be any mistakes, any problem, you please do ask me in my official email, as I have mentioned in the preface, because your feedback is most valuable thing for me. Thank you.